Wow, what's happening, man? It's BG, aka B Chisel, and you're now watching Nolazine, baby. You know what I mean?
If you ain't on Nolazine, you ain't on.
Gotcha, man. We gonna get straight to it, man. But freedom of speech.
Facts, man. The new
But how was the
album.
process of like making that album?
Oh man, I mean, it was challenging, right? You know what I mean? Because I couldn't really, you know, be that BG, you know what I'm saying? That the streets, know me for being like that rough, rugged, raw, you know what I'm saying? Uncut, like, I had to dial it back a little bit, you know what I mean? Due to my situation and, due to certain things that, the government, don't want me addressing or don't want me talking about, but I still, it challenged my creative process, you know what I'm saying? And tapped into my artistry and, I had to, figure out how to, still make the streets happy and still make the fans happy, you know what I'm saying? With also, not poking the bear, you hear me?
Gotcha. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You even brought that old Birdman, that B-32 out in that verse. Man, but it sound like Made Man to me.
Nah, facts on that first question.
Yeah.
Nah, facts.
That's what you
facts.
told him before you got in the booth, man. You like, man, everybody need that old,
man.
old
Listen,
baby back.
come on, man. I'm like, you know what I mean, like, and back in the G, like, you know what I'm saying. We always used to, support each other and being there, with each other when we was, writing and, creating songs and stuff like that. So I want to make sure, the record was hard as could be because it's. It's a real record. It's a real authentic record. It's a question that I get asked all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to address, everything that people be coming at me with. You know what I'm saying? All the misconceptions. You know what I'm saying that they have. About the gang or whatever. And I definitely, told Bird like, hold up, man. Let me. I got you with this one. You know what I'm saying? Let me handle this. You know what I'm saying? So, I've always been able to, put myself in his shoes and know what he want to say and how he want to say it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I made sure, you know what I'm saying, he stumped on that jump.
Gotcha, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And also, you always been a person that always show love to, like Detroit. And like I heard you say it a lot, like, but you kind of, heavily, influenced, the brand new generation of,
Yeah.
the rappers in Detroit. So like, but how did you, start going up there and like,
So I evacuated to Detroit after Hurricane Katrina. You know what I mean? Like I had already had some friends up there and dudes that I did business with, that then booked me for concerts and stuff prior, to the hurricane. So, I had solid relationships, you know what I'm saying, with some good men up there, right? And when Hurricane Katrina hit, at first I had evacuated to Houston, you know what I mean, and there was so much going on in Houston, like you know what I mean, and then I was still in the streets, dudes was getting smacked, you know what I'm saying, in hotel parking lots, and it just was a lot of chaos and drama and everything going on in Houston them first 2 weeks. So I hit my people up in Detroit, you know what I mean? And they was like, man, come up here, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, just get out the way. We got you, you gonna be straight, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they opened their arms, I'm talking about they roll a red carpet out for me. So I went up there, you know what I mean? Got me a condo, got my family, you know what I'm saying? A house to stay in. And yeah, I went post up in the D, man, and you know what I mean, until the city was back up and running, and that took a minute, you know what I mean, but yeah, man, while everybody was in Houston and Atlanta and just we were spread it out throughout the country, right? You know what I mean? I went up north, man, and post up in the D, man, and I had like the best time of my life.
Gotcha. So we back on that question, in New Orleans we always claim New Orleans. We don't be repping on Louisiana.
Nah, facts.
But you always had a relationship with Boosie, but you even grabbed somebody, but a little younger with like Fredo. So how them features came about?
Boosie, my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? My brother from another mother, man. Like, me and Boosie been having a relationship for a while now. You know what I mean? And prior to him, getting incarcerated. You know what I mean? Like, cause he turned himself in like right before I caught my bid, right? So, I was able to, go down there and be aura and just spend a lot of time with him and record our mixtape together while he was on house arrest and before he turned himself in. So I went and stayed at his house for like a month and, just to, you know what I'm saying? Just to, let my man know, like, man, it ain't over, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be good, wrap my arms around him. Like, we recorded a lot of records and stuff, and yeah, man, he turned himself in, went did his 5-ball, you know what I'm saying? But by the time he made it home, I hadn't been indicted by the feds and, caught my bid, you know what I mean? So, why he was out here and I was in there, you know what I'm saying? He definitely, stepped up to the plate, held me down, man. I'm talking about whatever I needed, whenever I needed it. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that I was good. He looked out for my mama for me on holidays and Mother Days. And, Chris, he looked out for my kids for me. Like, I'm talking about he kept it, all the way G. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm always be, grateful for, you know what I'm saying? They had the utmost, respect for around for that, you know what I mean? Like, he played it, realer than dudes I grew up with, you know what I mean? Like, and that's my dog, you hear me? But, the Fredo feature came about like, we had, somebody had put us in touch while I was in the feds, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I was letting him know, because I was a fan of his music, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of a lot of BR artists. I'm really a fan of Louisiana music, period, hip-hop as a whole, you know what I mean? But, yeah, my man had put me in touch with Fredo while I was still in jail, so I had let him know, like, man, when I come home, man, you know what I mean, we gonna link up or whatever like that. So when I did made it home, you know what I'm saying, he had slid in my DM, you know what I'm saying, and hollered at me, and, we exchanged numbers, and, then we start building a relationship, just on some man shit, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, we started working together, man. Like, he was sending me shit, I was sending him shit. Like, Fredo got a bunch of records together, you know what I mean? That just happened to be the one that, I put on the album. But, Ron a little G, man, and I respect what he doing. Respect how he put on for Louisiana. And, yeah, that's how that one came about. I mean, I ain't even got to speak on, how the Juvenile, came about or whatever like that. But, yeah, man, the Fiend record, me and Fiend been knowing each other, man, since I was in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? When I was staying on Galveston Milan, and it's a lot of people, that wanted Cash Money and No Limit to work together when both labels, was at the height and at the peak, you know what I'm saying, of our careers and things of that nature. But, it was a lot of things that was blocking that, because and it wasn't never no beef amongst us as artists, you know what I mean? But I guess, our entourages, you know what I'm saying, was, from, two different projects, you know what I'm saying, uptown, and, it was a lot of street beef and street politics, you know what I'm saying, that was keeping us from working together way back when. But, yeah, now Fiend, my brother, man, Mac, my brother, man, Mia X, like a big sister to me, you know what I'm saying? You already know how I feel about Soulja Slim, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
the early
Mac,
days.
Yeah, I had Mac on my first Chopper City album, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact. That's a fact, and that's a classic record in the city, like really in the South period, you know what I'm saying? Because Mac like our New Orleans Nas, man, or some, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mac got wordplay that's just different. Yeah, that Shell Shock, the album is a classic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But me and Fiend was definitely overdue, to do a record together. You know what I'm saying? And man, he sent me that record with that hook on there, and I just was like, man, I need this. I need this, like, I need this for the album, you know what I mean? So, I knocked it out, and shit, that's what it is.
Gotcha. So, you said something that kind of hit me in your album. You was like, you've been rapping since you was 13, and you just did 13 years. Mm-hmm. Like, like just seeing the game change in so many different ways. Like you've been rapping since like tapes.
Yeah,
It's streaming now. It's like, I want to hear what your experience is, cause like you seen it all.
Yeah, nah, facts. I mean, I've definitely come a long way in this shit, man. You know what I mean? And like when I came out the feds, man, felt like I walked out of a time capsule, man. You know what I mean? Like, the game is, elevated so much. It's changed so much. It didn't went digital, right? When I left, people were still, going in the stores and buying CDs. You know what I mean? Going in the stores and, really, you know what I mean? And now, everything is, at the tip of your fingers, right? You know what I'm saying? You just download it, stream it, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, I'm definitely or not somebody that's gonna get stuck in the past. You know what I mean? Like I'm always embrace change. You know what I'm saying? And growth and just everything, that come with it, man. Like hip hop have came a long way, man, and I'm just happy really to, be a part of it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just continue to contribute to the culture and try to, provide the streets with good quality, street music, like what I've been doing, my whole career, man. I feel like, I'm playing catch up right now. I probably got like 16, 17 albums. And wait, let me see. True Story, Chopper City, It's All on You Volume 1, It's All on You Volume 2, Chopper City in the Ghetto, Checkmate, Living Legend, Life After Cash Money, Heart of the Streets 1, Heart of the Streets 2, Too Hood to Be Hollywood. Then I got the Chopper City Boys, I Got This, the Chopper City Boys Live from the Concrete Jungle. Then I got the Hot Boys, Get It How You Live, Guerrilla Warfare, Let 'Em Burn. Then I got the Freedom of. So I'm pushing about 20 albums, right? Like and that's just, and that ain't even counting the mixtapes and all that I did, over the years. But, I feel like I was robbed of like 12 and a half years. Well, in those 12 and a half years, I probably would be 40 strong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Easy, man. But, it's all good, man. It's just a blessing to still, be relevant after all these years. It just let me know that the music that I made prior to going to jail passed the test of time. You know what I mean? And, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't, for New Orleans, man. And just the way they embraced me, you know what I'm saying? The way, they wrapped their arms around me and just supported me, since I was a kid, man. You know what I mean? Like, and, that's who I do it for at the end of the day, man. I'm 504 to the meat show, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like I say, man, just, still being able to do this at a high level, being gone all that time, coming out here, being able to go back on tour with my brothers and, still sell out arenas, you know what I'm saying? Like, still sell out clubs, like, it's nothing short of a blessing, man. So, I'm definitely humbled by it all.
Gotcha. I got two more questions because I know you gotta move.
Yeah.
So I want to say, man, shout out to your team for like keeping you on point when you came on because you hit the ground running. Like for saying a person going 13 years, you came straight with it.
Nah, facts, man. I ain't gonna lie though. Like when I first went in, bro, I really thought it was over with for me. I thought they had closed the curtains on me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to remain relevant in this rap thing for a week, a month, a year, you know what I mean? So to be gone as long as I was gone, and not put out no music and to come back out here and people, still want to hear from you, still appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Still embrace you, like it's it just let me know that the brand and the movement that I was part of, like really defined the era. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you can say what you want, about Cash Money and about that dollar sign, but, at the end of the day, man, like, I'm talking about the impact, you know what I'm saying, that Cash Money has had on the game is just undeniable, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, name another, label that then produced as many stars and changed as many lives, you know what I'm saying, as Cash Money have, you know what I'm saying, whether, you know, it was with the Cash Money Millionaires and our whole run to, you know, rebranding to the YMCMB and that whole run, you know what I'm saying, to rebranding to the Rich Gang and, you know, that whole movement with Doug and Rich Homie Quan and, you know, just, I'm talking about, man, it's you know, I was looking at a plaque in Baby House, you know what I'm saying, and it's had over 1 billion units sold, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, and you know, we've been going platinum since, you know, not these rigged up platinums, like I'm talking about, we was doing hard 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, huh? Like real, you know what I'm saying, like really going platinum, you know what I'm saying, and you know, now, you know, it's all these different, you know what I mean? Like all these combinations and, you know, things they bunching together to, you know, make a album certified. But, you know, we was really going platinum when platinum was platinum. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just, man, I'm like I said, man, I'm blessed, man. Like, you know, I'm happy to be home. You dig? I'm happy to, you know, still be relevant, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do, man. I love this thing called hip hop.
You inspired a lot, and I always tell people, hey, but you started drill, and before I ask you this next question, I'm also say, man, somebody showed me something. I don't want to lie, but they say you the first person that had a boosted feed on that picture up there. Hey, somebody just said that last week on that picture.
Hey, that was the little Doogie feed, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, like, bro, listen, if I mean, man, at the end of the day, man, if you from the South, man, like, you got to have a little hot boys in your DNA, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come up, you know, in the mid-90s, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, man, if you ain't got a little hot boys in your DNA, man, you faking, man.
You lying.
You know what I'm saying? You lying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's a fact.
Gotcha. But, you know, I'm like, before we go, you know, just, like, seeing, like, all the talented music artists uptown. Hey, but now y'all got one talented fashion designer. I see all y'all rocking this stuff, representing. So, like, how is it like to see coming home and seeing somebody like James, like just running the fashion game right now?
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. You hear me? Like, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm always support the home team, man. You know what I'm saying? James, like our Virgil, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he next up, man. Definitely in the fashion world. You know what I'm saying? He already got, you know, the city in Louisiana and the South, you know, in the chokehold. Like, the next step is, you know, him taking it to Paris, man. You know what I'm saying? And I look forward, you know, to being on that runway.
You gonna be a model?
I'm gonna be a model.
Gotcha, man. Hey, this was, you know, I want to give you your flowers before we let you leave. You know, man, but you done a lot for the city. You know, you have influenced the whole, like, culture around the world. Like, I ain't gonna just say New Orleans. And I'm gonna say, man, last but not least, tell the world, I'm like, what can they find you on social media and everywhere?
Oh, man, new_BG Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram. And yeah, man, what my site for my merch? Yeah, Chopper City ENT, man, you know what I'm saying? Go support the merch. I got the Chopper City merch, you know what I'm saying, on and popping. And yeah, you definitely gonna catch me in a city near you, you know, for the rest of the year, man.
I got you.
That's a fact.
All right, we done.
Already.
If you ain't on no